Okay, so there's been a few people who have asked for a tutorial on how to draw a dragon. So I'm just gonna show how I draw them. So you basically just draw 4 circles. So these 2 are gonna be the head, and then you go down, you draw another circle, you go across, and then you draw another one. And then for however you want the tail to be, or tails plural, you just draw a line. Okay? And then so next you're going to go thicker, like just a little harder, but still soft enough to be able to be erased later on. And just color, or not color, draw the outline. So I don't really know how to explain how to do the body itself aside from just these circles. That'll be your pointers on where those joints are. So aside from these, I don't know what else to explain, so I guess just follow along. So basically like a backwards S, but the top is unraveled a lot, and then the bottom is unraveled a bit less. And then like that, so you don't necessarily need to have as big of a joint thing here as you did there. So just remember that right here is where you had it. So now there's that. And this is a kind of new way of doing them for me. Like I've only been drawing them like this for like a week or 2 now. Out of my 6+ years of drawing dragons. Most likely more like 8+. So, and now you're just gonna go through and erase what you need to for the body. So as you can tell, it's already starting to come together. And then that line you drew earlier, mine is a little off, so I'm just gonna pretend like it isn't. You're just going to draw lines on either side of it. And this should work for basically any positioning, but the problem with me is I can't really do the hind legs when it's going to be sitting. So what I might do, and this is a big might, so probably one of those unfinished projects that I most likely will never get back to, which I have multiple. I might make like a little paper puppet, like, or a paper doll, I think was what they're called. And just do the hind and front legs, like those little parts, so then I can adjust to whatever position I want, and then I'll have a good idea on how to draw it. Also, don't mind my lack of talking. I had to read so much today. I'm just kind of done with words. So for now, just have some ASMR of me drawing. Oh wait, shoot, I just went way past what I needed to. Okay, so I'm gonna do the wings folded over, so you don't have to do it like this. But so what I do is I do one shorter one and then a longer one right there, because since it's folded over, it's gonna be more down. So depending on how much folded over it is, will depend on how much shorter this one is from the farthest and how many like little, whatever you want to call these bits. And then you like that. And at about here, now you go and just connect it straight to there. And then you erase anything that was inside of that line. Like this. I will do different positions eventually, but for right now, it's just going to be a regular standing dragon. Nothing special. Oh, and then obviously the hind legs, but they're currently going to be hidden, I guess, partly. And so these ones go a bit farther back, and then they go like that. And then big paws. Again, this is just how I draw it, so obviously everyone has a different style, so it doesn't have to be this exactly. But this is how I draw my dragons. At least how I have been for a couple, like a week to 2 weeks, maybe. for the difference between the like webbing part of the wing and the scales, you just trace along here and however thick you want it to be, and then if it's folded over, you just stop at where it folds like that. Just go a little bit further. Then I'm just gonna do another erase, and now let's draw a horn that is covered by the wing, I guess. Yeah. And then you erase whatever was inside that area of the horn. And I'm not doing the back right now, I'm too lazy to, but I will do a separate video on that. And then the accessories, or whatever you want to call them, that's on the head may vary. The type of spike, if you have any spikes, will vary. The shape of the wings, the position, it'll all vary, but I'll cover different things as well aside from just this. Although a lot of them will have antenna because I really like drawing that. And just so that you know, because I know this may look similar to a certain character, this is not, get out of here, Crystal full body. Crystal full body would look different. I'll draw that eventually. Anyways, yeah. So there's how I've been drawing dragons recently. And here's the finished product. Yeah, there's that.